I use the following weight shifting exercise as a way to develop better foot awareness and also as a prelude whenever I'm teaching balancing poses. And whether the balance is simply learning to stand on the fronts of the feet with the heels lifted, standing on one foot, any of these standing on one foot exercises, or even as a precursor to headstand or handstand. And the idea of this exercise is to help you develop better awareness of your feet, as well as perhaps foot stability, and also the ability to use your feet both to feel where your center of gravity is in relation to your feet, and also to help control your center of gravity. So the starting point for forward-backward weight shifting is to stand with your feet about hip width apart or shoulder width, a comfortable distance apart from side to side. Have your feet parallel, roughly parallel. Orient your feet so that your toes point straight ahead. In addition, bend your knees slightly and rotate your shins outwards or inwards so that your knees point straight ahead in the same direction as your toes. Also, for this exercise, it helps to be aware of 3 points on each foot: the heel, the forefoot, and the toes. These are the 3 points that you can focus on feeling while you're doing this weight shifting exercise. So with feet parallel, knees slightly bent, knees pointing straight ahead. Stand first of all with your weight even between the forefoot and your heels. How do you know the weight is even between your forefoot and heels? When you can feel your heels and forefeet pressing down with equal pressure. And if you're not quite sure what that is, you can rock forward and backwards a little bit, slightly. And notice when you rock forward, your forefeet press down with slightly greater pressure. And when you rock back, your heels press down with equal pressure. So once you've experienced that, you can find the position, moving your pelvis forward or backwards slightly until the pressure is even on your forefoot and heels. And then from there, relax your toes, slowly rock forward until you feel your toes and forefeet feel pressed down with equal pressure. And then slowly rock back so that your forefeet and heels press down with equal pressure. And notice the speed at which I'm doing this. I'm not going quickly back and then forward. I'm slowly rocking forward. I'm noticing the pressure shift or the pressure changes at my feet. And then as I rock back, I'm doing the same thing, noticing the pressure changes so that I can stop when the pressure is even. So you can repeat that slowly a few times until you get comfortable. Slowly rock forwards, weight on the fronts of your feet, and slowly rock back, weight on the back of your feet. So forefoot and toes, forefoot and heels. Then to make the exercise more interesting, what you can do is a 4-part exercise where you lift the heels, but to lift the heels you have to have your weight forward. So shift your weight forward, feel your toes and forefeet pressing down with equal pressure. Lift your heels, again slowly. Touch your heels down to the floor, notice my weight is still forward, and then rock back. So you can call this a 4-part exercise. 1, rock forward. 2, lift your heels. 3, lower your heels. 4, rock back. And part of the idea of lifting the heels is to realize that in order to lift the heels, your weight has to be forward on the fronts of your feet. Once your weight is forward on the fronts of your feet, your weight is over this part of the foot, then you can lift the heels. If you wanted to integrate this into a breathing exercise, you can add the rib cage. By adding rib cage awareness, you make this into more of a whole body awareness exercise. So for the rib cage, what I'd suggest, again, stand with your knees bent if you're not yet used to doing this, to feeling your rib cage. Let your thoracic spine bend forwards, and then slowly bend your thoracic spine backwards. Thoracic spine is just about here. Top of the rib cage, bottom of the rib cage. So slowly bend your thoracic spine backwards. As you do so, feel your ribs and chest lifting, And then bend your thoracic spine forward so that your rib cage sinks down. And again, try to do this slowly and smoothly. Feel your thoracic spine bending backwards. Feel your ribs lifting, and then feel it bending forward. Feel your ribs sinking down. So again, slowly and smoothly, bend backwards, lift your ribs. You may notice an inhale happens automatically, then slowly bend forward, sink your ribs. You can repeat that a few times until you get comfortable with the exercise, and then you can add the two exercises together. So as you rock forwards, bend your thoracic spine backwards. As you rock back, bend your thoracic spine forwards. So rock forwards, open your chest, lift your ribs. Rock back, lower your ribs. Then if you wanted to integrate the heel lift, as you rock forward and lift your heels, open the rib cage. As you sink down and rock back, sink your rib cage down. So rocking forward, start to lift the rib cage. Lifting the heels, keep lifting the rib cage, keep bending the spine backwards. Touch the heels down, sink the chest, rock back, keep sinking down. And ideally you can learn to synchronize the movements so that they happen together. Rock forward and lift, open. Down and back, relax. Rock forward, lift your heels, open your chest. Sink your heels, rock back, lower your chest. One other action that I often add to lifting and opening the rib cage, and this is still while practicing foot awareness, is pulling the lower belly in. So again, in isolation, first practice pulling your lower belly in, this part of the belly. Notice where my belly button is, this is my pubic bone. So slowly pull your lower belly in, and then relax. And repeat that a few times. Then once you're comfortable with the action, add the chest. So pull your lower belly in, lift your rib cage. Relax your rib cage, relax your belly. And this will happen, pull your lower belly in, open your rib cage. This will happen with an inhale. Relax your belly, relax your rib cage, exhale. If the inhale-exhale is too confusing, just focus on doing both movements slowly and smoothly, and then you can add this movement to the rocking forward and back. So slowly rock forward, pull your lower belly in, lift your heels, lift your rib cage. Lower your heels, relax your rib cage, rock back, relax your belly. And I've just divided it this way to make it easier to focus on, so associate rocking forward with pulling the lower belly in, lifting the heels with lifting the rib cage. As you get better at the movements, you don't have to differentiate. You can just make both movements, all movements, smooth and continuous. So rock forward, lower belly in, lift your heels, expand your rib cage. Lower your heels, relax your rib cage. Rock back, relax the belly. Of course, if you wanted to go full length while doing this balance exercise, the next movement you could add is slowly straightening the knees. You can add that at whichever point you feel comfortable. Once you've got a feel for the previous exercises, just straightening the knees can be relatively easy. So you could practice in isolation first, rock forward, lift the heels, slowly straighten the knees, touch the heels down, slowly bend the knees, and then rock back. So rock forward, lift the heels, straighten the knees, heels to the floor, bend the knees, and then rock back. And then at the breathing movements, rock forward, lower belly in, lift the heels, straighten the knees, expand the rib cage, heels down, relax the rib cage, bend the knees, and rock back, relax the lower belly. You can repeat that a few times until you get comfortable with it.